Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 10, because it's Veterans Day, veterans in the comics. So we're going to be focusing on my personal top 10 veterans that are in the comics. Now, number 10 on this list is somebody I was surprised about that actually made this, that was even a part of this list, that could have been a part of this list, I should say, and it's Wonder Woman. Because we know her more as the demigod, um, warrior princess of of the Amazons. But in actuality, she was in the military, specifically the Navy, which I was surprised about. I didn't realize she was actually a part of it. But that being said, the reason why she's so low on this list is because we really don't think of her as a military person. We focus more on her abilities as a Amazonian. But she's on this list because she was actually in the military. So, number 9 is also a DC character, and this person is called Captain Atom. Captain Atom was in the Air Force. He was a captain in the Air Force. He was experimented on and became Captain Atom. He is number 9 on this list because he's not really a well-known character in any of the series, but specifically, even when I knew him in like Justice League and stuff like that, I didn't even know he was actually part of the military. I thought he was just experimented on by the government, but not actually part of the military itself. But hey, he's still on this list anyway. Now, number 8 on this list is very similar to the other two before him. Um, the character is not known as being part of the military. That being said, they still have a lot of credentials. So this is Wolverine. Now, Wolverine has been around for a long time. So he's been involved in the Civil War, World War One and Two, Vietnam, Korea, you name it, you name a war, he's been a part of it. So even though in the grand scheme of things, he's not what we consider a stereotypical veteran, but he's been somebody who's fought in multiple wars for mostly America, for the most part, sometimes Canada, but overall has been around for a long time and has been a part of most of these wars. But again, like I said, not really known as a military person, which is why he's so low on this list. Now, number 7 on this list is actually known to be a part of the military, um, and it's Wade Wilson. Now, he was a part of Spec Ops, I believe, and this was before anything happened to him. He was trained mercenary. He was able to take out people with ease. Later on, he got found out he had cancer, had some experiments done on him, and turned himself into what is now known as Deadpool. Now is more of a anti-hero, psychotic, immortal. In the beginnings of everything he did, he was originally an actual veteran, which is why he's on this list. But again, he's not a one that we think of as military right off the bat. Number 6 on this list is another Marvel character, Carol Danvers, specifically Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was in the Air Force. Um, different stories lead to different backstories, but overall, during one of her missions, she got attacked by an alien race. Something happened, regardless of whether it was her engine exploding or she was given a transfusion from Captain Marvel. Either way, she was given these incredible powers of photon energy blasts and everything else. But before all that, she was in the military and she was actually working for the Air Force for America. But now is turned into a powerhouse Avenger who can take out big, huge threats almost entirely on her own. Now, number 5 in this list is one of my personal favorites in the DC universe. This is John Stewart. John Stewart was in the Marine Corps. He was a sniper. Now, he's more known for, in my personal experience, in the Justice League animated series. He takes on the role of Green Lantern after Hal Jordan kind of, I don't want to say disappears, but he takes on he's earned the right to have a green power ring. But he still goes and remembers his roots as a Marine and tries his best to help out all people around him, no matter who they are, and especially with his newfound power, helping out in the community as well, and even joining the Justice League to help defeat all evil, whether it be on Earth, um, against each other, in wars, or if it's intergalactic problems as well. Moving right along, we're going to move on to number 4, which is Bucky Barnes. Now, Bucky Barnes, military, was in the squad with Steve Rogers, same unit. That being said, they worked together, obviously, blah, blah, blah. He later got captured, brainwashed, and turned into what is now known as the Winter Soldier. That being said, as all these guys, most of their starts were in the military. Um, again, somebody we definitely forget was in the military at times, but with his training and everything else, has made him a great asset to the Avengers at certain points, but also been their greatest enemy as well. Bucky Barnes is low on this list because, unfortunately, the stuff he's done after being in the military has not been the greatest. And that's why he's put low on this list. Now, spoiler alert for the top 3, they're all in Marvel. Number 3 on this list is James Rhodes, who was in, I believe, the Air Force as well, and he is a high-ranking officer, but he has a great friend named Tony Stark, who is Iron Man, for those of you who don't know. And after working together for a lot of years, Iron Man needed, I don't like using the word sidekick, but needed a help at times, and Rhodes got his own power armor, suit of armor, and he became War Machine. War Machine, even as War Machine, stayed with the military, which is a huge, huge thing that none of the other characters have done. He actually stuck with his branch of service and stayed with them even after becoming a superhero. Has also teamed up with the Avengers and other teams like that to help interdimensional and galactic issues, but still in the Air Force. Number 2 on this list is Frank Castle, aka The Punisher. Now, The Punisher's on this list because his whole persona is about his military experience. It's because of what's happened to him. It's because of what happened in the field of him being in the military, caused his family to die, and made him the anti-hero and vigilante Punisher, taking out bad guys that the government and the police are too afraid to take care of. Hunting down people and ripping them to shreds by any means necessary. Um, Definitely the definition of a veteran in all aspects. Not that none of these others are not, but Frank Castle stands by what he does, and he does it and he's able to do it so well because of his military training. Now, number 1 on this list has to be obviously Steve Rogers, Captain America, the original veteran of them all. Um, in the Army, got experimented on, became Captain America, fought Nazis, got frozen in, or some stories are different. Some he's frozen on ice, others he's gone through a portal and come out the other side at a different time. But overall, Captain America has been around for a long, long time, known to be a part of the military, where he got his start, and has still been a good guy from the beginning and has continued to be a good guy. Um, except for a couple of spin-offs where he's been a part of Hydra, but I don't count those. Overall, Steve Rogers is the number 1 veteran. I mean, he represents America. He is wearing the mantle. Now, I know you're thinking there are a lot of other characters as well, but that did not make the list, like Sam Wilson. We also have Isaiah Burgess. A lot of guys who didn't make the list. We also had Nick Fury, Maria Hill. There were a few others from DC Comics, but for the most part, I thought these 10 really represented the military and why they act the way they do is because of their military experience. That's why they're on this list, and they've also made a huge impact as becoming superheroes as well. Where some of the others weren't really superheroes, they just used their persona as something else. Now, I know you can argue Punisher the same thing, but Punisher did it in a much more unique fashion. He went and became his own army. But, what do you guys think? Do you agree with my top 10? Do you feel like I missed somebody? Please let me know in the comments. Who's in your top 10? I'd be curious to hear. So write it down in the comments. Um, as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a good night.